It has certainly been a busy day weather-wise, James. You and the entire team have been really had your eye on the radar all day.
Very much so. I mean, it was very active around lunchtime for our hometowns more north of the Quad Cities. Had some strong wind-producing thunderstorms ranging from 55 to close to 75 miles an hour. And now the next round is not too far away. Of course, this is what took place in the past 6 hours from those storms that took place right around lunchtime, swiftly making its way off to the north and east. Now the next round is just off to our south and west. And let's kind of zoom in here, what we're dealing with. These are the storms that we have going. Already we've had a half a dozen severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings with this cluster of storms that we're seeing as they're continuing to make their way off to the northeast at around 50, 55 miles an hour. So it won't take them long. In fact, should be impacting the area within the hour as these storms make their way off to the northeast. Should be crossing the river, I would say, in about 50 minutes or so. So keep an eye on some of those storms. We will. And yes, we will be definitely talking about very likely some warnings around here. We're really focusing more on areas around the Quad Cities and especially points southward for that threat for severe weather. Tornado watch out for a good chunk of our area until around 11 p.m. Not just a chance for seeing some tornadoes, but all modes of severe weather are in play. Really concerned about the wind-producing thunderstorms that may impact some of our hometowns. We did see temperatures make their way in the 80s for highs, but that first round of wet weather came through, have cooled down those numbers down around the upper 70s. Right now, 77 degrees in the Quad Cities, a little bit of a breeze out there, and still the air is quite humid. So once these storms come to an end later on this evening, we'll quiet things off until later tomorrow when the next round of severe weather will be taking place. Once that moves on out of here, then the weekend actually looking pretty decent with one round of showers and thunderstorms possibly right in the middle of the weekend. But all eyes right now, John, on those storms off to our south and west, and we'll be tracking it for you heading through the evening hours.
Very good, James. Thank you. And of course, our entire Storm Track 8 team has been keeping their eyes on these storms. They've been tracking throughout the week for you, actually, especially today. It's all hands on deck tonight. Meteorologist Morgan Strackbine is out with the Beast. Morgan, tell us where you are and what activity, if any, you're seeing out there.
Yeah, so far we are out here at Aledo. I wanted to stay on the Illinois side as we watch these storms come in because it gets a little dicey around the Mississippi River for sure. I've been just watching those clouds come in from the west. I will say we're actually starting to see a little bit of activity try to form ahead of kind of the main cluster of storms that have been making their way through Tumwa, kind of starting to get into Fairfield, Iowa right now, but there are some little pop-ups that are starting to form ahead of it, which is kind of what I've been watching here. So we still have some sunshine. We still got sun that is peeking through those clouds there, but we definitely do have those darker skies that are starting to move into the area. Again, this is looking west, and we are just directly to the west of the Aledo region. And again, we're just off of Illinois 17. So I really like the spot that we are situating ourselves right now as we are starting to see a lot of this activity once again kind of remain south of I-80 right now. So I would say within the next half hour to hour or so, we're really going to continue to see quite a bit more of those darker skies begin to push into the area. John.
And Morgan, during your live stream at noon earlier today, you talked about how you're able to storm chase a little bit later because, well, sunset is a little bit later. Does that sort of later sunset affect the development or length of these storms?
I mean, yeah, it offers the probability of the energy to continue because once that sun begins to set, you start to lose a little more of that energy. So we basically have a longer timetable for these storms to move through the region. But again, with today, they were moving pretty quickly. We could see a similar scenario as we head through this evening. So yeah, it definitely gives us a little more opportunity to at least chase a little bit longer. But not only that, see those storms remain around the region and keep their energy for a little bit longer as well.
All right, Morgan, thank you so much. Be careful out there for sure. And of course, for folks at home, to prepare for the upcoming weather, you can stream our radar 24/7 on the WQAD app. Just scan the QR code that's on your screen to start streaming on your TV or phone for free. And of course, stick around right after this show. James will be live on the WQAD app because of all of this weather activity. He'll give you the latest information and what you can expect in your hometowns.